Go.
Hello, my name is Jeff Joe, and this is my group leading report for HSCO511 for Liberty University. Our meeting was being held in the Center for Education building on September the 29th from 2 to 4 p.m. in a conference room within the facility. There was a table and chairs for all 6 participants. They were all women except me as the group leader. They ranged in age from 29 to 67 years old, and all were Caucasian. These were all ladies that I work with in the Center for Education department of the hospital where I work. I was the only leader for this, which was for Overeaters Anonymous. The room was well lit, and I provided water and fruit sitting on the conference table, and all was made aware that they could help themselves at any time. I had previously sent out emails asking for anyone interested in attending a meeting about Overeaters Anonymous to please reply back to me or tell me in person if they could attend. I put flyers up directing them to where the meeting was being held. The reason I decided to hold an Overeaters Anonymous meeting was because I struggle with this problem myself, and when searching for a meeting in that area for the project to attend for the start of this class, I did realize there was none close to where I live. I had never attended any type session prior to this class for overeating or anything else for that matter. The actual meeting had a few changes from my original proposal. The main difference was that I was unable to get a dietitian to speak during the time frame I had set up with the school for the meeting. One thing that I did that seemed to work well was I asked through email and speaking with the potential group members at work to get the participants to bring in healthy recipes that everyone was able to take with them after the meeting had ended. I began the meeting by introducing myself and explaining why I was leading this meeting. I discussed the format of the meeting as being open to all that wanted to speak and stated the scheduled time of a diet session, and that we would follow that up with them getting back into a group, and then we would talk about what they had heard from their diet partner. I then asked all the other participants to say their name and why do they want to participate in this type of meeting. I wanted to start the meeting this way with a round just to get all of them used to speaking in front of each other in this type of setting. After the introductions, I had them to get into 2-person diets, discussing whatever issues they were struggling with about eating or staying healthy, or just about problems with weight loss or gain. I allowed 15 minutes for this diet session. When I brought them back together around the conference table, I asked them to please sit with their partner that they had been speaking. I first asked for volunteers to speak about what they had heard and learned about each other. The first member was straightforward about her diet and said that she found several similarities between her struggles and her partner. They each started expressing some of the same fights with food from everyone in the group. The common theme from each was that food helped them when they were struggling with something from work or at home. It was a sense of comfort when things in their life were not going as they had hoped. I asked some questions about was there certain foods that they tend to gravitate toward more than others. I was hoping to be able to guide them toward a healthier option when that need to eat something hit them. My goal was, as the leader, was to keep the conversation going as long as it was on topic of the meeting. Only once did I actually have to cut someone off when they started talking about a relative who had struggled with overeating, but decided that she was going to buck the trend and eat what she wanted when she wanted, and people would just have to overlook her. I spoke up and said even though she had a right for this, we needed to focus on what we were trying to work on here in this session. I felt that my leadership was more of a task-based leader because I wanted to make sure that everyone had a chance to speak, but I also wanted to accomplish a conversation about ways to eat healthier. I also felt as though I used some of the relationship leadership style by allowing all members to speak and be heard, and also because these were co-workers and I felt a sense of importance to show them we were all equals in this setting. I felt overall that the meeting went smoothly. Some of that I feel came from the members feeling comfortable with each other because we did the round in the beginning that made everyone aware they were not alone in the struggles with eating. I know this time allowed me to start to feel more comfortable and more at ease. It helped me to form a kind of a bond with everyone, and it got rid of some of the nerves of talking to the group. I think that the discussion when they came back from their diets was the most informative time for the entire group. Because of their interactions, it showed me that we all have similar problems, and I felt that talking about these things, they did work to control problems that they may have, and also help, might show others a new chance or way to change. The one thing I wish we had for the meeting was another man, just simply because a different viewpoint. I do feel that some of the struggles with food are different between genders. From the responses of the participants, I think having them to each bring in recipes of things they liked, but a healthier option, went over very well. I like the size of the group, especially for the first meeting, but I think it would be beneficial to have many more participants because of gaining more perspective from additional people. The only thing I would change to the group would be getting the dietitian to speak about the healthier options to eat and ways to substitute them when they were struggling. For me, the best part of the session was getting to hear others talk about their experiences and how they were similar to mine, which kind of gave me a sense of relief knowing others had the same struggle, and maybe by leading the group, I can help myself and others as well. I think one aspect of leading the group that I did not realize the importance was to have a schedule. It really kept me focused on getting through all the things that were planned, from beginning to explaining the meeting, to the purpose, to doing rounds, and then the diets. The time restrictions made staying on focus very important. This is one thing that I will apply to any future groups. One area that I was able to work through but felt uncomfortable was when I had to cut someone off, the participant that was speaking up. When they started talking about something that was not related to our focus, it was a little bit uncomfortable. I did it, but it just did not feel natural to me. I feel that doing this leadership for a group showed me that it was not a simple thing to do. It takes preparation, concentration, focus, and the ability to put to use those skills we've been learning to be an effective leader. Thank you.